Welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. Sorry. And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben. This is Netflix's original series called Selena, based on Selena. And this is our review, non-spoiler. Chuck me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this series when you see it, or are you excited for it. Have you seen the original? Do give us a thumbs up. It really does help. But for now, let's jump into the review. Selena is an upcoming American biographical drama streaming television series directed by Hiromu Kamata. It tells the story of Tejano singer Selena's rise to fame and the sacrifices she and her family must make along the way. So there's 9 episodes, but this is actually only the first part. There are 2 parts, but we're getting the first 9 episodes for the first part, and the second one will come out sometime next year. It's an interesting take because obviously this has been done before. Back in the 90s, there was a film, I think it's 97, that was done, and that was done really well, has a lot of heart and tells the story quite well in an hour and a half film segment. Here we have 9 episodes running at about 35 minutes apiece, and it feels like it's a bit all over the place. We jump from time to time. There's a lot of ground that they cover here. It's mostly the coming of age storyline and the brothers and sister, not just Selena and the father. The main protagonists here are the whole family, but I would say that the father shines mostly in these first 9 episodes. I like the father. I think for me that he was the best actor. Not that they aren't acting well. I just thought that his presence on screen is very palpable, like tangible, so you feel it. And I liked the coming of age storylines. It's just where the storyline jumps from time to time. It jumps all around. So you see them at one age doing a concert, and you see them trying to live this life of basically running their band. Before it was Selena, they had a different band, and you see the father's, because he comes from the musical background, that's what he wants his kids to be in. And Selena has this amazing voice, and so we see the little nuances and things that he's able to instill into his family, but you also see how much as he pushes them into it. And so it's not just Selena's story, it's the brother and sister as well. There's a lot of that kind of storyline. You see the kind of the nitty-gritties of the backgrounds of how to get a contract. You see them writing songs, it's all of that, and we've seen it all done before, so it's nothing new in a biopic story about people writing songs and coming to fame. It does feel like it's a little bit light in the meat of the story. It doesn't really give certain characters enough time to shine or really tell this. I know Selena means so much to a whole generation of people, and it does feel like it's light. However, there is heart. There are moments where the dad is instilling wisdom, where the kids come into their own, where they have a win, because there's so many times that they get knocked down. And in this industry, obviously, that is consistent. You get knocked down and knocked down and knocked down until you eventually get that one that kind of brings you into the light, and everybody always sees that one, but it's not, they don't see all the work that's come beforehand. And I feel like that this series kind of shows that really well. It shows all the work that they have to do before. It really shows that kind of family life, the hardships that they've had to go through. So all of that is fun, but because it's all over the place, it's hard really to get emotionally entangled with these characters, well these actors' portrayals of these characters, and so I found that a little bit tricky, I guess. I think the filmmaking is fine. I think the acting is fine. I think the score is fine. The singing obviously is good. It needs to be for this type of series, and I think a few people will know the songs, obviously. But I do wonder if they could have just not had this series, because we've had the film and we've had, I think, other documentaries as well. I'm not sure that this brought anything new to the table, other than we get to see more of the brother and sister and their kind of story. We get to see more of the mother and the father. That is slightly different, and I did appreciate that. So coming from someone that never really knew much about Selena, had seen the original film, had heard a few of the songs, that is just from, like, I guess, a layman. I'm really kind of critiquing the series as how it's being told, what it brings to the table, and so for the most part it is enjoyable. It does have some emotional moments, but it's hard to get to grips with those emotional moments because how it bounces around. It doesn't just bounce around and then stick to that timeline. It will bounce around, it'll give you that little kind of sequence there, and it'll jump back multiple years or jump forward multiple years, and it does feel like it's all over the place. So normally when you get a series like this, you'll have a tangible full present timeline, and we'll have this story being told, and then they'll jump back within flashbacks and kind of flesh out the backstories of the characters that way. This one is taking bits. You see them grow up, and then they'll reference something else that we already saw, but kind of flesh it out a bit more. So it really does feel a bit disjointed. But apart from that, I think it is enjoyable. But I do think some are going to wish that there was more to this, more meat. However, if you're coming to this and you're kind of like the first time, you want to know more about the character, more about Selena's life, and you hadn't seen the original, you might really enjoy this. So I'm going to give this a C plus B minus. I think it's in that zone. I don't think it's very good, but it is enjoyable. So chat to me in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about this. But most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.